Hey, what's up guys? My name is Blake. Today we're going to be talking about the Neewer CB60. Let's go. Alright guys, so before we get into the review of the light, I just wanted to quickly mention if you're new to the channel, we do tech, photo, video, gear, tutorials, how-tos, all those different type of stuff. So if you like that stuff, please consider subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell if you're interested in any of that. Alright, the Neewer CB60 continuous light. I've been searching for something that is on the cheaper end, that's going to be replacing my main key light. Cheaper end meaning like I don't want to spend like $500 on a light. I want it to be like $100 or less, or maybe a little bit over $100, but something that's going to perform really well for that price range, something that's going to last and all that different type of stuff. So I had my eye on this light, the Neewer CB60, and now that I got the light, I have been really enjoying it, and it's actually the light we're using right now. And later in the video, I'm actually going to compare what this light looks like to my older key light, which is just like, it was like a $50 pack of Neewer lights, like two standalone lights and then a smaller one, and they're just like bulbs, like 6500 Kelvin bulbs, so they don't have a bunch of settings or anything like that. They're literally just white bulbs. So we'll compare those two lights later on in the video. Stick around for that. All right, so one of my favorite features of this light is that it actually comes with a remote control. So from the remote, I can turn the light on and off. I can control how powered it is based on like 10% increments. There's a knob on the back that you can actually twist and get it really dialed in. So if you wanted it at like 66%, you can do that on the back of the light. But from the remote, you can bump it up or down like 10%, from 10 all the way up to 100. And this light is super duper powerful. Right now, I'll bring it down to 10% just so you can see what it looks like. It's a little dark, but this is the light at 10%, which is still pretty dang bright. It's gonna be bright enough for some low light for product photography and stuff like that, or headshots, stuff like that. It's gonna be pretty good for that. And then if we bump it up to, this is 50, basically what I had it at before, and then this right here is 100%, which is pretty bright. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it is like, it's really, really bright. So let me bump this back down. And another cool thing that this remote will do that actually brings me to the next feature of this light is you can change channels. So these lights can be set to 10 different channels. So theoretically, what that means is you could have up to 10 of these lights separately, or multiple lights on one channel, and you can control them all with just one remote. So say you had you're going to a shoot and you have a certain amount of lights with different color gels and stuff, and you need certain looks for different things, and you have X amount of lights on channel 5, X amount of lights on channel 2, or you just wanted to have 10 separate lights at all different power or whatever, you can control all the lights from one remote via all those separate channels, which is very, very cool. It's something I didn't expect to have as a feature with a light at this price point. So when you open the box, you're gonna get the power cable, the remote control, the protective cover for the light funnel, and then just the instructions. Some of the physical features of the light, some of the other features that it has. The light actually, because it's a larger light, it's a more high-powered light, it's got a cooling fan inside of it, and so the sides are vented. This light is actually an LED light, so there's no bulbs, you don't have to worry about that, and you also don't have to worry about it pulling a lot of power because of the LED. 60-watt light. This particular light does have an umbrella holder, so if you wanted to do an umbrella, which is what I have set up right now, it's got a hole, it's got an umbrella hole, so you can use an umbrella. Also, if you wanted to use an actual softbox light with like the Bowens mount, it's set up for that as well, so you can use an actual like professional softbox with this light. So if you wanted to use like an Aperture light dome or anything that's got the Bowens mount, you can use on this light. It's got two different brackets, one bracket for setting it on the post for on your C-stand, or in this case I got like a cheaper little Neewer stand. So it's got one so you can actually control the pan, and then it's got a larger knob you can control the tilt of, so you can change the angle of your light. You can get it higher, angle it down, or get it lower, angle it up. Basic stuff. On the back side, it's got a display screen. On that screen, you can see what the percentage of power you have it at. And like I said earlier, it's got a knob on there that you can twist and dial it into. So if you wanted to have it at 53%, 12%, anything in between, you can get to that with that knob. And then that knob also clicks in to change the channels manually on the light. It's got a standby button, so if you wanted to have this light just kind of in standby mode, because it's got a kill switch on it, so you can keep that switch on, leave it in standby mode, and then from the remote control you can turn it on and off as you wish. And then just a plug on the back to plug it in, and it's got a USB port. So they call it an upgrade port. I don't know if there's actually upgrades out there. I guess you could plug it into your computer and see, but I am not sure if there are upgrades out there. Oh, and the other thing that it does display on that back screen as well is the temperature of the light, which I thought was also a cool feature. So when you have this thing cranked up to 100%, or if you're outside in the summertime, it's like 100 degrees, it tells you what the temperature of the light is, so you don't have an overheating issue or anything like that. So I thought that was a cool feature. One feature that this light does not have, which I didn't expect it to have, but it's not like a bi-colored light. You can't change the tone or the warmth of the light to like more warm or more cooler. It's just this light. This is what you get out of the box. And then the actual housing of the light is made up of both plastic and then I think it's like an aluminum. So the actual casing of the light itself, where the cooling fan is and all the components, that's all aluminum. Up towards the front of the light, it's got like a plastic cover, and then the buttons on the back and stuff are also plastic. So the whole thing's not metal, but like 3/4 of it's all aluminum. All right, so now let's talk about performance. How has this light performed so far for me? It hasn't been that long. I haven't been using it like a year or anything like that, but so far it's been a great light. In most cases, we're turning the light pretty low, like 50% or less. So it's a pretty powerful light, so I'm pretty happy with that, because having more options as far as power and all that stuff is going to help you, because you never know what kind of project you're going to be doing. If you're taking somebody's photos or doing a video or something like that, you never know how far away or close you're going to need this light. So having a lot of power to work with is always better, because you can dial that down as you need. But yeah, so far it's been a great light. I like it a lot. I am going to in the future I'm going to get like a nicer actual softbox light to put up to it, just to see something that's probably larger than this umbrella that I got going right now. So I get a little bit softer light, a little bit better quality light. But like I said, so far it's been a good light. We've used it for product photography. My wife sells a lot of stuff online, so she's been using it to take the photos for that. I've been using it for my videos. So yeah, so far it has been a really good light, and I would recommend it to anybody. We got it during Christmas and it was on sale. Right now I think it's running like anywhere between like $150 and $180. But even so, like say like you're just looking to get into YouTube, or you've been into YouTube for a little bit and you want to upgrade your light setup, this is a really good cheap option that is going to last a good long time, and it performs pretty dang well. All right, so real quick, before I close the video, I'm gonna do a side-by-side of this light compared to my other light. Now the other light doesn't have power settings, it's literally just a bulb. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this light to 100% power with the umbrella, and then I'm gonna take this off and I'm gonna put the other light on. I mean, that's 100% all the time, because like I said, it doesn't have power settings or whatever. So I'm gonna put the other light up with the same umbrella, and then I'll put them side by side so you guys can see. All right, so I didn't change camera settings or anything. I didn't change the ISO. Everything on the camera was locked in as far as ISO, aperture, shutter speed, all that stuff. So the camera wouldn't have changed. I had both the lights at 100% power, and you can see that the CB60 is much, much more powerful than these older Neewer lights. And like I said, they're two different lights, so it's hard to compare, but I was just showing you the difference between my old light and these new lights. Show you how much more powerful this new light is, and it's pretty impressive. And right now I literally only have this light at 50%. I could probably even go lower if I wanted to. Yeah, so you're getting what you pay for. It's definitely worth the price, and like I said, so far I have had no trouble with it, and I really like it, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who's looking to upgrade their lights right now or in the future. All right guys, so that's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.